into the moon. जिस राह भी जाऊं तुझको ही चाहूं हमरा अब से मेरा तू हमरा मैं भी तेरा हूँ दिल को जाने ये क्या हुआ लगे सपना सा तू लगा कैसे मैं करूँ बयां जिस राह भी जाऊं तुझको ही चाहूं हमरा अब से मेरा तू हमरा मैं भी तेरा हूँ दिल को जाने ये क्या हुआ लगे सपना सा तू लगा कैसे मैं करूँ बयां जिस राह भी जाऊं तुझको ही चाहूं हमरा अब से मेरा तू हमरा मैं भी तेरा हूँ दिल को जाने ये क्या हुआ लगे सपना सा तू लगा कैसे मैं करूँ बयां जिस राह भी जाऊं तुझको ही चाहूं हमरा अब से मेरा तू हमरा मैं भी तेरा हूँ दिल को जाने ये क्या हुआ लगे सपना सा तू लगा कैसे
Sir. What the fuck?
Welcome
All right.
welcome to the show, baby.
Yeah.
That's what
What's
I'm
Next
saying.
podcast? God damn it.
You're
Whatever it is, wherever you at, this is What's Next podcast. It's Monday, 7 after 7 o'clock. It's not 7 o'clock anymore. No, ain't no old shit now. No. Ain't no old shit now.
Hey, what up?
Hey,
What up?
listen, get his pink slip together. This motherfucker out of here.
Yo.
Go ahead, sir.
All right, so look, check me out. This the What's Next podcast. So this week, what we gonna do? We had a show on the Fat Boy Chronicles. I think it was Thursday of last week, and
Yes,
we
sir.
was talking about why do good guys finish last. So what we came up with on that show is good guys don't necessarily finish last. But I kind of wanted to do a continuation because the question then becomes, if good guys don't finish last, then how come they only get the bad bitch when she done had 3 kids and been ran through?
Big
So,
facts.
Hey, Dennis.
Yo.
now she a fat bitch. she cute, but she a fat bitch now, and she got 3 kids. And you gotta be stepdaddy. So what's going on with that?
Well, and besides
But
that,
before we get into that, we're gonna get into current events.
yeah,
How everybody weekend been, or week, or however long it's been.
it's got out of control.
Wow. That Mercury is really retrograding right now.
What does that mean, sir?
That means, okay, so this is hard to explain because I do not know this stuff. It got explained to me. So I don't even want to explain it. You got to look it up. I don't even want to explain it. It's so complicated.
Let me hold on.
Alright.
Hold up. Let
It's
me get this straight.
complicated.
Let me get this straight. So we start off a show, and you say some shit that you can't explain.
That's a fact.
Sir.
It's a lot of
I just
people.
want to make sure that we all knew that. I just want to make sure I wasn't the only one that
I mean,
noticed
it's a
that.
lot of people that say stuff they can't explain.
I try not to say nothing that I don't know about.
I
I
can
don't want
get
you to ask me and I sit there and I'll be like,
No,
huh?
no, no, no. Wait. Hold on. I didn't say I didn't know about it. I said I couldn't explain it.
You can't explain it on air or you can't explain it at all.
No, I can't explain it on air. It's a lot.
Oh, okay. Okay, all
It'll
right.
take up the whole show. That's why I said I can't explain it.
Okay.
I bet.
All right.
Dennis, how was
Yeah.
your week, sir?
My week was pretty good. Today I got to see like half the kids, you know what I mean? The rest of them went on a school trip. So
Okay.
my week was pretty cool. Pretty
That's
cool week.
Cool.
Had a great time this Saturday. Me and BJ, we went to Brooklyn. You know what I mean? That was probably my first time being in Brooklyn that long. Usually it's an in and out thing in Brooklyn. I think the longest borough I've been in is probably Manhattan.
Okay. Uptown with it.
Gang.
Brandon, how was your weekend? How was your week, sir?
It was cool. It was a mean ass drive up to Philly, then Brooklyn and shit.
Oh, you a Lyft driver, so you got it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no big deal.
Right.
I ain't gonna say he's a Lyft driver. One thing I am gonna say though is he's a great guy.
Wait a minute. I was gonna ask you, Dennis, because you know he ain't shit. Did he charge you for the ride?
Damn.
Oh, fucking right I did. Fuck you mean?
About a
I
bitch.
was, he didn't charge me for the ride because I was working.
Okay. So he's a liar. Miss Love, how was your week?
My week just
Yes,
started.
ma'am. 7 days. 7 days from
Well,
past.
it's been lovely. It's had more ups than downs. I Cinco de Mayo, the hell out of Cinco de Mayo.
Man, Cinco de Helmans was awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was your Mexican name?
I didn't get one.
You make your own. What do you mean?
I'm black. I just kept it as is, and just hung out with them.
Okay.
Mine was Pedro.
Not Pedro.
Mine's is first name Al, last name Fredo.
I'm weak. I did learn that a lot of people don't understand the difference between Mexican names and Puerto Rican names and Mexican music and Puerto Rican music. It was fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine is Rico Juan Sanchez Gonzalez.
I saw.
Yo. I could dig that.
Was clean. Ain't clean no goddamn more. Ain't clean no more. All right, so current events. What we got going on? We got the guy that went up to the mall and started shooting again.
Was this in Texas?
I'm trying to tell you, this shit getting stupid.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Dumbass shit. We got the alleged Usher and Chris Brown fight that did or did not happen behind the back of the bus.
I heard it didn't happen.
I heard it didn't happen too. I heard it did happen. Niggas say
I heard it didn't happen.
Say he ain't had no blood. They got a lot of makeup artists out there. You know what I mean, hey, listen.
I personally believe it didn't happen.
I don't know because my man Usher. We gonna have to ride on Chris Brown. Gonna have fucking birthday and all that.
They was singing together at his birthday party.
Yeah, it Usher threw Chris Brown the party.
Right.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
It is.
That's
it
a
is.
fact. He needs to leave that dope alone.
Hey, Chris, I believe Chris Coke-Mouth Brown and the Coquettes really jumped on Usher on some bullshit.
You snort more powder than Bobby
Did you
Brown.
say hold up. Did you say Chris Brown and the Coquettes?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I said. No, that's not at all what I said.
Coquettes or the coquettes?
I said Chris Coke-Mouth Brown and the Coquettes.
All right, so let me get this together. Blind reaction, okay?
Uh-oh.
Ready for it?
No.
No? All right. Sorry.
That's what he was waiting to hear. You
I've been
should've said
dating
yes.
him.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
I've been dating him since 2015. I met him when he was 21.
21?
And we had our first kid like a year after 2016. And we had another kid in 2017.
Wait for it.
And I just recently found out that this was my son that I gave up for adoption.
I know damn well.
What did you say?
I just recently found out that this was my son that I gave up for adoption.
Huh? Let me just grab my stuff off the bus.
Right.
Why would you even put that out in the unit? Like, why? Why do you? Why? Wow.
Everybody just gonna leave me over here, huh? I really gonna do. Hey, what y'all want me to answer?
That is disgusting.
I just want to let y'all know that incest is real. I ain't got none of it going on
That's
with
a
me,
fact.
but that incest is real. Okay.
Yes,
So, all right. So the age-old question, right? Because remember, Kevin Gates found out that old girl was his cousin. He said they kept fucking.
Right.
So if you found out you was fucking a family member, now mind you, think about how nasty you is, right? For a good 6 months, you've been busting this person the fuck down. You know how nasty you is.
Yep.
Yeah.
You find out that's your cousin. Are you gonna stop?
You find out why? You find out that that's one of Uncle Tony kids.
Yeah, like it's too late.
Fuck all that.
It's too late.
It is too late at that
now
point.
I'm disgusted. Like, nah, I'm stopping.
I am.
How did you find out?
I don't even joke like that. Hal was like, oops. Well, my ex.
I do got
Yo.
My ex found out he got family from Detroit and kept trying to figure out like what part of Detroit I'm from. I'm like, why? He's like, I think we related. I don't even joke like that. Like, no.
Mm-mm. Okay, funny story. I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story.
Oh shit!
Ain't no incest involved. I'm just telling you a funny story. But when I met my wife, when I first met her, we had the same last name. I wouldn't even take her on a date until I found out if she was related to me or not. I wouldn't even take her out. So I was like, we got the same name. Let me call my people real quick.
Let me tell y'all something.
2 weeks later, I called her.
If it's a light skinned, if it's a light skinned bitch from Detroit and her last name is Tyner, she is a cousin. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Big fact.
They keep talking about it's 2-3 families of Tyners in Detroit. Nah, fuck that. We all together. My last name ain't a last name that's just out there. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Same.
So if your last name is Tyner, we are family. You are now my cousin.
Right.
I'm not the cousin that's gonna ask you for no money. So you ain't gotta act like you don't know.
Big facts.
Sir, what joke, sir? It wasn't.
Up to.
Oh, you talking about what you call? Oh, no, he wasn't saying it was a joke. He was just stating the facts that, you know what I mean. He didn't go forward with it until he was sure.
That is nasty.
All right, just moving on. Let's get into the topic. You gotta do some dumb ass shit. Gonna get your ass by.
I would probably hit one more time just to make sure.
Hey, Dennis, get the fuck out of here.
Carlson.
Listen, the deed has been done.
Right, but that don't mean you gotta go.
Now you know better. When you know better, you do better.
Right.
So if you know crack kills, you gonna hit it one more time?
You said what?
If you know crack kills, you gonna hit it one more time?
They asked a question on Facebook, said for 600 million, would you smoke a crack rock?
Hell yeah. Where that?
I smoke an 8-ball for 600 million.
I'm good. I ain't going down that route.
I feel you.
600 million?
I feel you.
Give me a 3.5. I'm good. I'm in there.
Oh God.
Oh, that's 600 mil.
I got a lot of shit going on in my family. I done seen this shit go down the road. Like,
I feel you.
Oh, another current event. Damn, I wish I had it up. The Gaylord Hotel. Y'all know about the Gaylord, right? One of the nicer hotels around in Colorado. Inside in the indoor pool, the whole HVAC system, the whole shit just dropped. Bam. The whole motherfucker dropped. Not part of it. That bitch dropped from one end, swung all the way around, bam, in the pool.
Oh wow.
100 people there, only 6 of them got hurt. Shit, guess who?
Shit, me.
One of the 6.
All hundred of us would be hurt. What the fuck do you mean?
I'm drowning. Shit.
I would have drowned. I would have drowned. If I wasn't even in the pool, I'd have jumped in the pool with all my clothes on and drowned.
That's a fact.
Somebody would have bought me back. Fuck it.
Sir, you talking about 1, 2, maybe 3, like 100 people in that motherfucker just floating in the water and shit. They gonna look at you. Women and children are always first priority, sir.
I'm a float my fat ass on my stomach, holding my breath.
You stupid.
And then as soon as somebody grab my arm, I'ma inhale all the water I can.
Yo.
All right, let's go, sir. What the fuck?
Fix it, Jesus. Fix it.
Fix it.
All right, so I feel like it's a lie. It's a lie.
Sir,
and the reason why
you gotta stop.
What's the lie?
Okay. The lie is that good guys don't finish last. And I say they do for the simple fact a lot of them get looked over for another guy who necessarily may have more, is perceived to be doing more, and then come to find out when you get with him, he ain't shit. Then you stay with him because he's slanging. He's slanging, and now you sex drunk because he laying you.
Right.
He beating you down. You end up with 3 kids, and one day he do some shit that you just, you know what, that's the end of the road. But now you back on the market with these 3 kids, trying to live out your glory day. And I say 3, and it ain't always 3, but 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now you back on the market and you trying to find Mr. Right. This is a story we've all seen and heard happen before.
Yep.
So it's not like I'm just pulling this out the sky and accusing anybody of being ain't shit. I'm just asking a question as to if good guys don't finish last, why do they get the woman that they used to want later in life?
I can answer that for you. I can answer that. So, considering I was one of those guys at one point in my life, as E40 called it, Captain Save a Hoe.
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Yeah, I definitely saved a few. Definitely.
It be like that sometimes.
It do. But I think it's because by then you're through. By then the woman is through with the thug or the whoever. By then, and then that guy, the simp guy, is over there. He, desperate, maybe a little timid, maybe a little soft, and it's easy to get him because he's still looking for you. He's still looking for that woman or whatever, and you're familiar. So that's really what I think it is. I think it's just simply necessity because the man is there. He's not doing anything. He don't really get any women like that. So why not throw a little cooch on him and then, yeah. That's what I think.
Miss Love, it looked like you got a perspective.
I have many perspectives.
Okay, Queen, let me
give us one.
Come on. Okay. Prime example. I think it's hilarious that you asked me to be on this podcast when I was just talking about this at work.
Okay.
I was at a party this
Mm-hmm.
weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a guy there that I
Mm-hmm.
did not know, but I did introduce myself to because he was at my friend's house and I had never seen him.
Right.
Everybody's drinking. I'm probably the most sober person there, but everybody drinking. We all out, having conversation on the patio. Then I get invited to watch a fight. So the next day, I go over to some friend's house to watch a fight. And before I get in the house, I get a call from my friend letting me know that there was somebody at the party who thought I was attractive and wanted to get to know me, and that he was going to be at the house watching the fight. Mind you, the guy was not like bad on the eye or anything. He wasn't anybody that I would just immediately find attractive, but looks don't always just matter to me.
Right.
But at this house, this man didn't say 2 words. And because he didn't say 2 words, but until I was getting ready to leave, like the entire time I'm sitting there observing him, and I'm like, okay, he lacks confidence. He thought it was okay to carry a conversation when everybody was under the influence. But now we're here, everyone is sober. He's not saying anything. Like, I wonder what that's about. And then I'm noticing him, checking his phone, him and the married guy having communications. I don't know if it's about me or not. But the whole time I'm there and I'm like, he's not making a move. He thought I was attractive. He wanted me to come to this, watch this fight so that they can hook us up. But nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened until I was leaving the house and he got up and was like, all right, it was good to see you, and gave me a little church hug. And I was like, all right, cool. I don't think all nice guys finish last. I think there's an abundance of nice guys, actual nice guys that lacks confidence, which kind of turns off plenty of women. Not just a certain type of woman, but plenty of women. Because I'm probably the easiest person after you get to know me to like be around and actually kick it with, talk to. I'm mad cool. But you couldn't have a conversation with me in your soberness. So that means you find your confidence in alcohol and thought that I would be an easy approach until you got me somewhere and we were all sober, just in there kicking it, and you had nothing to say, but you're interested. A lot of nice guys lack confidence and or have ill motives.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Wow.
Can I be honest though? There's a lot of nice guys.
Eminem said you got one shot, one opportunity. Fuck that up.
I'm gonna keep it real though. It's a lot of dudes out here that just don't know how to approach or talk to women.
True.
Let's just keep it real. There's a lot of dudes out here that are nice guys, but they were never gamed up. They were never taught how to approach a woman like the dudes you were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, you could tell. Clearly, he lacks confidence, and he might even lack a little bit of game. Cause I don't care what nobody say. It could be the ugliest woman. You got to have a little bit of game to you, just a tad. So
you definitely got to be dripping in the ism.
Yes, that's a fact. Because women are mental thinkers.
Yes.
So when you're talking to a woman, you got to attack her mental first. A lot of them, the women I'm talking about, not the whole chicks and all that. I'm talking about the women. Women are mental thinkers. So when you talk to them, you got to mentally stimulate them sometimes. And then sometimes not. You just, if you know the right things to say and know how to talk and know how to move in a room full of vultures.
I think a lot of times too, because like I am a people watcher, right? I watch people.
Me too.
And you can tell when a woman is interested in a man, right? Because a woman that is interested in a man will sit there and she'll turn her body towards him, right?
Yep.
If she don't turn her body towards him, something on her body will be pointed directly at the person that she's interested in.
Yep.
Whether it be a foot, elbow, finger. If she cross her goddamn legs, her foot, whatever leg she crossed, look at her foot. Whoever that foot is pointed at is who she's interested in, right? Also, I understand what you're saying. Like, he was sitting there quiet, so it's just like, whatever. They texting back and forth, whatever they talking about. The shit is awkward. I get that.
Right.
I get that because if he was sitting there talking, like holding conversations with everybody. You know, it's a fight party. Like, you don't sit there and be fucking quiet.
Yep.
Yeah,
He probably would have. He might have seen you laughing at his jokes, or you know what I'm saying, entering the conversation when he say something, and then seeing that you was interested. So sometimes I feel like guys like that are like that because of being turned down a lot.
That's a fact.
It could bruise a man's ego being told, ew. I
Yeah.
had prime example. I was 15, 16, right? My aunt had a homegirl, right? My auntie, everybody in Ypsilanti know my auntie. I ain't gonna say her name because somebody gonna know something about her, like that.
What's going on, Auntie?
But she had a homegirl. She was half black and Chinese, right?
Ooh.
Mind you, I am 15, but I was always a big dude at 15.
Yeah.
I was a big fucking dude. I was grown ass man size. So I told my auntie, I said, "Hey, what's up with your girl? You know, woo." Now, mind you, my auntie at the time was most likely in her 30s. She was probably the age I am now. So she like, well, shit, go see what's up with her. I'm like, all right, cool, you know. Man, I got to talking to a girl, was on, you know what I'm saying? She was touching me, laughing and shit. And she said, let me see your fingernails. I'm like, all right. I show her my hand. She said,
Was your nails dirty?
they was dirty as hell. You hear me?
Bro.
And
That was strike one.
She clowned the fuck out of me.
That was strike one.
You ain't have to clown.
She said, no, she said she was grown. I am a child. She was grown. She clowned me. She said, how the fuck you expect to touch my pussy with them dirty ass hands?
Ooh.
I said, you bitch, you. I was appalled. I was appalled. And they laughed at me so bad. I did.
Laughed at you.
They were sitting there laughing and joking. Man, listen.
I'm weak.
That's mean.
That was
it
mean
was,
as
hell. But although it definitely scarred me, now I keep my nails clean. I keep my hands clean.
There you go.
Right. But at the time, it definitely scarred me. But what it taught me is don't go playing outside your league.
That's a fact.
I'm 15. I know I ain't got no business trying to holler at no 30-something-year-old woman. That's statutory rape. Fuck going on around this bitch. She about to go to jail fucking with my little young ass.
Sir, you didn't know that back then.
Yeah,
I ain't care.
Ain't nobody care. Shit.
I didn't care, but did that scar me? Yes. Did I try to holler at other grown women after that? No.
Right. I bet.
Not at all. Not at all. Then I turned 18. I turned 18. I went at another grown. I said, shit, I'm good. No, I'm out here. Right. She said, I bet you ain't even got no driver's license. I said, shit. I been had my L's. What you mean? She said, okay, what's your driver's license number? I said, what's that?
Go sit in the corner, bro. You got to go sit in the corner.
S5420983445889.
You got to go
Good
sit
job,
in the corner,
sir.
dog.
Good job, sir.
So my first youth work job was that MVA, and they told me my number never changed. I memorized that shit. Before I even had it, I memorized that shit.
Yeah. At the time, I didn't know. But again, I was playing outside my league. So I feel like when you play outside your league, you are destined to get embarrassed. But I don't think that you should necessarily take that into your future endeavors, if you will. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
So, shit goes both ways. You know that, right? So
absolutely.
So it was this girl. Sure, when I tell you, shorty, I was way past gone. Fuck her, like. And she ain't want shit to do with me. 2 years later, you know what I mean? We finally sat down and had a conversation and all that shit. My dumb ass, oh, hell yeah, and all that shit. That lasted for 7 days.
Damn.
She found another nigga that was like a month older than me. I couldn't process back then. Like I couldn't. What the fuck does that mean? Like he's a month older than me. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? The older guys and shit like that. So cool, fine, dandy. Later on down the line, I was always a nice guy, yo. I swear to God, yo, I ain't used to cuss, none of this shit. And I could find somebody right now that could verify all this shit. I ain't never used to cuss.
You ain't used to cuss?
Nigga. And then the one
You sound like you came out cussing.
After me and her broke up, it was fuck the world after that. So you got to get it how you live.
One girl fucked your whole. I mean, one girl could do that. I ain't gonna lie.
One girl
did that to me. I said that.
Fuck them all after that. And then now, you know what I mean? With the help of, you know, the Lord and the church and my wife and shit, you know, he trying to fix me, trying to get me back right. You know what I mean? Dennis don't help. Carlos don't help. You know what I mean?
I don't help at all. I'm here to say it. I do not help at all.
Sir, I give you very good
I'm
advice.
with you. We both love the Lord. We both love the Lord. I do believe in God and everything. But
damn,
you want
Ron
me to
said,
stop
"Wow."
cussing? You know, Peter cussed in the Bible. You know that, right?
It is a
He did.
I just want to let you know Peter cussed in the Bible. You know, nobody mentioned that, right? Nobody mentioned that.
I be good on the way to church. I'm chilling and all that. On the way home, somebody swerve in front of me and push brakes. There you go. That's it.
But your road rage is real. Your road
motherfucker.
rage is...
Go turn in your fucking driver's license. Like, fuck is you on the road for? Like,
right. Let's be real. You started fuck wrong with it. Let's be real.
All right. So, Kia had a question. She wants to know who determines someone is a good guy. Or maybe it's a person who's good for you. One is not good for the next.
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question, but I feel like for me, what I'm talking about is a street nigga versus a schoolboy.
But you could be
That's what I'm talking.
You could be a schoolboy who out there choking and slapping women.
Exactly.
That was me.
So
you just described who I am.
So you want
Ghost?
I was. You're not a good guy, sir.
You want Ghost or you want James? What the fuck was his name? James
St.
Patrick. Or you want Ghost?
Maybe depending on the day.
Maybe it was different. Maybe they wanted not James St. Patrick.
They thought they wanted Ghost.
Maybe they wanted Cooper Sacks. Rest in peace, Cooper Sacks. Maybe they wanted Cooper Sacks. Okay.
Sir.
But they fell in love with James St. Patrick. Both of them wear suits.
They thought they wanted Ghost until they got in Ghost World and found out that this shit ain't for me.
Ain't for me. So now they cool with Cooper Sacks. Now they want to go back to Cooper Sacks as Carlson started this
time to go down to First Baptist and find you somebody that got a little bit of common sense to sit down and chill out. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all want a Bible study and back.
Maybe.
So how does a woman determine who's a good guy?
I think to answer her question, who is to determine who's a good guy? I think the guy is to determine that, and then I wholeheartedly agree with the second part. Maybe it's the person that is good for you and who you can be good for, because there are good people, and a lot of people don't know that until they actually get to know the people and deal with the person. I personally would prefer a good guy, a James St. Patrick, and a Ghost. I need balance personally.
Oh shit! Here we go.
But I know I know how to determine who and what is good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. So, all right. Now let me ask this question: did y'all hear about the lady that said that she ain't dating no bus driver?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
We talked about that on my last show.
Why would you driver?
Yeah, so she asked her, would you date a bus driver? And she said only if he owns his own bus.
Why? What was her reasoning?
It was on the breakfast.
She came back. No, she came back. She came back and she did an interview. and she said that all she did was answer the question based on the information that was given.
Okay.
The question is, would you date a bus driver? The simple answer to that is only if he owned the company. She didn't say she would never date a bus driver, because what she clarified was she would date a bus driver if he was good to her, if he had good benefits, if he was happy doing that, if he just wanted to be a bus driver. That's all he wanted, that to be fine. But answering the question that is asked, would you date a bus driver? Only if he owned the company.
That ain't how she said it in that clip. And that clip, she was mad at. No, because let me see what I'm saying. In that clip, she was mad at DJ Envy because DJ Envy was taking up for the average Joe. He was like, "Yo,
dude,
a lot of people that watch the show is regular, everyday people. Like everybody ain't a boss out here. Everybody ain't getting boss money." He said, "How could you just downplay them?" He said, "I'm not going to downplay my audience." And she was like, and she kept getting mad, and I was.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Dan. So I'm gonna keep it real with you. And I love black women. I love them to death. But even Ayana said the same thing. Black women have weird expectations when they get to a certain space where they're like, I want somebody that's playing on the same field as me. The average brother is not making 100,000, barely making 200,000. If he making 200,000, that's crazy. But the average brother is working the average job. So for her to say that, I mean, that's her personal opinion. I really wasn't even tripping on it because I'm not checking for her anyway. I don't find her super attractive anyway. But just the way it was the way she said it that I had an issue with. It wasn't what she said, it was how she said it. Like she was disgusted by that or something. Like, wait a minute.
Hold on, Lindsay. Hold on.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well. I would date a bus.
So, and she said that, you know what I mean, she answered the question based off the information that was given her.
She made that question her own with her answer.
Right.
That question was a yes or no.
Plain and simple.
It was a yes, but only if.
Right.
You see how she went? If he owns his own bus, don't sound like she was just answering. Now you sound like you was cleaning it up.
She sounded like she was disgusted.
You made that mess.
She sounded like she was with Pookie from the hood, and he ran up her credit. That's how she sounded.
Man,
from the hood ran up her credit.
I personally, I don't see nothing wrong with what she said. And I'm gonna tell you why.
All right, hold on. What's up, Stacks? How you doing? Well, before you get all crazy, hold on.
Oh shit, I didn't even see. What's good, bro?
He freezing. This shit freezing up. Some shit.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Wait, Dennis, how you just gonna cut me the fuck off because I've been on bullshit all day?
I knew you was about to go in. And I said, oh, before he start, what's up, Stacks? Let me get that out of the way. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
That's my buddy.
Y'all late?
I know it's coming.
My fault.
She was busy, y'all. She was busy. I hit her at the last minute.
Yeah.
But I don't.
I'm well. How y'all doing today?
Watch TV.
Who is that with the TV?
Oh. I done forgot where the fuck we was at now.
It was my turn.
It was your
Go ahead,
turn, bro.
go ahead, Los. I'm sorry.
I don't personally see nothing wrong with this woman saying that she'll only date him if he owned the bus. Personally, because goddamn, some people just got standards. And if that's your standard that you want a nigga that owns the bus, then you do that. That's totally up to you. But that still feeds back into what I was saying about nice guys sometimes finish last, because what if that nigga owned the bus and he ain't shit to you? He don't give a fuck about you. He don't give a fuck about you, bitch. You are nobody.
Kill him motherfuckers
If
on
you
the
ain't,
bus.
if it ain't about that bus, he don't give a fuck about you, bitch. But you want this nigga because he own the bus instead of the good guy who wakes up every goddamn morning and goes to work and does his work hard, come home, provide a home for you, you ungrateful bitch.
The working man, that's who. The working man.
But hey, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with what she said, because if that's what she want, that's what she want.
Hey, yo, man, fuck what she talking about. I know Greyhound bus drivers that's making six figures.
Big bread. That's what I'm saying.
Like, you know what's funny? A lot, I'm not saying all, so don't jump my ass, but a lot of women tend to think they know how much a person makes, but they've never been in that industry before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know for a fact that nurses make a shit ton of money because they spend money like they're part of the mob. That's just crazy.
Yes, they do.
But
my fiance, one of them,
spend money like crazy. But
they gotta have their hair and nails done.
How much money you make, it's how you spend it and how you invest it, to be honest. Because someone can be working at Walmart, and if they have a good portfolio, it doesn't really make a difference where you're employed. You could just love doing the work that you do. A lot of people,
or it's also the cost of living. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could make a decent living in Oklahoma. The cost of living was like $12 an hour. So you could work at Walmart and be good.
Are you in Oklahoma?
Nah, I live in Detroit now.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to get to Oklahoma though.
Detroit.
Oh, you trying to get to Oklahoma?
Nah,
the east side.
I'm here.
The east side.
Yeah.
Oh. On the east side.
Yes, sir.
You went out bad on that one, my boy. I ain't gonna lie. The east side.
Nah, actually, I think it's
that's the Ashley east side?
Not Detroit. So I don't know where the hell that is, but I'm here.
Congratulations on the move, sir.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm coming down to Atlanta. Where y'all at though? At some point.
When?
Some point.
Who in Atlanta?
This guy up here.
I'll be in Atlanta this summer. I'll be in Atlanta, but next month.
Next month when?
The weekend of the 23rd. Sir.
For what? Never mind. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it off air. Don't worry about it. But you're right though. You're right though. It ain't even about how much you make. It is what you do with it. But at the same time, okay, so that ties into another like show idea I had, was about perception being reality, right? And is perception really reality, or is your reality skewed?
I think that's one of the reasons why the last time we all met, one of the first things I said was we shouldn't even be talking about what it is that we do for a living when we first meet. We should be talking about other things that interest us about each other and how we can possibly further the goals that it is that we have. I don't really care about how much money someone's making. I actually want to know how much drive that they have, because if someone has the drive and initiative to better their life, then we can go way further than someone who has some money but doesn't know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Preach.
Talk that talk, shop.
What if a girl says something to me like, I'm gonna ask you ladies this, y'all tell me what's the reply back. What if a girl said something to me like, I want you to chase me like you chasing this broadcasting money?
You can't.
First, I don't think that anyone should be chasing anyone else. I think that there should be a mutual establishment of interest. I just want you to match the same amount of interest that I'm showing you. I feel that people should definitely like the people that like them. That's key number one. You know what I mean? Get into the people that are actually interested in you. And as long as you're matching the energy of reciprocity, then the relationship has the ability to be able to go far. So to me, I would actually ask her to clarify that question. Are you interested in me pursuing you in like kind? Or do you just want to know that I'm going to run behind you? Because running behind you is not going to benefit you or me. If my focus and my drive shifts too much from what got me here, you ain't gonna want me no more anyway.
What you got to say, Nene?
I absolutely agree with her.
Oh, that was it. Oh, wow.
Her like you chasing the podcast. That's crazy.
Broadcast.
I think that a lot of people
that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's the equivalent of asking somebody for you to love somebody more than you love yourself.
Right.
I say that to say this, because if I'm trying to embetter me and I'm trying to further my career, so on and so forth, you want me to put that same effort and drive that I've already, all 34 years of my living so far has built me up to this point, and put that same type of energy, it's impossible.
It is impossible.
Yep.
Absolutely.
What I can't say is like, look,
people,
if you're on it, like, okay, well, I see where you're at. This is where I'm trying to be. How can we weave our lives together to still reach that common goal? That's what I'm looking for.
Further, and I'll say that it's extremely selfish to depend on someone that much to complete the facets of your life. Like, I can't sit around and wait for it's extremely selfish. But I have a different my outview and look on relationships is completely different. I don't depend on one person to fulfill any particular need for me. But I also don't limit myself to only having one person.
Stop looking at my faces, yo.
That's my
myself
dog.
to only having one person as being a fulfilled need. So for example, what I mean about that, there are tons of things that I like to do as a person. Sometimes when you get into relationships, people want to minimize the scope of whom you can interact with. For example, your boyfriend might not like your girl that you've been friends with since you were 14. They might not like the coworker that you go out with on Thursdays and you guys go to B&I groups and you guys do networking and things of that nature. So when it comes to relationships and people try to minimize the scope of your outreach and your network, that's also a red flag to me.
But what if they hold on. I'm sorry. What if they got good reason though? Like, what if the girlfriend you go out with, what if the girlfriend you know since you was 14 is a cold whore? All right, that's number one.
Well, okay, so then there are certain friendships that will transcend, and you guys might not have the same alignment. There are just certain things that you guys can do. Like, I've got friends where I love them, but we don't talk on a daily basis. We might get up if it's around a birthday or if we're going to do a girls trip or something of that nature because their interests don't align with mine. My life path has changed. Now,
right.
If it's a situation where I can't be, dang, how do I want to say this? Because I firmly believe that no one can make you do something that you're not supposed to do. So I don't believe in peer pressure.
I believe that as well. I believe as well. I'm not one of those people that's like that. Like, I'm not gonna say no, don't be with that friend. No, if you've been with that friend before and we've been together all this time, go ahead and be with them. If you choose to slip, fall, and land on some, if you choose
face into her mimosa or going to jail, then yeah, that probably shouldn't be your friend. So
no, that shouldn't be your friend. If you ain't get into nothing that's going to jeopardize this family with that friend in this time, go ahead and be with that friend. But if your ass choose to slip, fall, and land on some dick, goddamn it, that was your decision. All right,
absolutely your decision.
My thing is in a relationship, if you have to be chased, that means you have to be running. And if you are running, then that means you're not ready for the relationship that person is offering. And if you are running, there's no reason for you to be running. There's no reason unless that ain't what you want. And if that's not what you want, just clarify that's not what you want. Talking about, I want to be chased. You're not going to be chased by me, baby. Only thing I chase is my liquor sometimes.
And that paper.
So I had a conversation once with somebody because I think sometimes people watch TV too much. And you want these reality TV show relationships or these fantasy relationships, and it's cool to have dreams and shit. But if we're not working to that, and we don't do, like, you want to go to Jamaica every other week, like, who the fuck goes to Jamaica every other fucking week? Like, what type of money you think we're making out here and shit like that? You know, not in per se, but like I had a conversation. I told him, like, all that traditional stuff, if it's not for you, it's not for you. If you need 3 different boyfriends, go get that shit. If you need it, if you want to try it out, you don't know for sure, listen, you got one life to live. You got to make that shit work for you. All right.
That's right.
Joe ain't got to understand it. Blow ain't got to understand it. Mary, Sam, or Joseph. Nobody got to understand it. If you put it out there, they're going to comment on it. If you don't, they won't fucking know. You know what I mean? Like, you got to live your life. But I think that people just live in this fantasy world. And this fantasy world get a lot of motherfuckers in trouble because you out here living way above your means and capacity and your levels and shit like that. You know what I mean? You going out and above like
Hey B.
somebody.
Hey y'all.
So let's just say you
There
meet
she
Mariah.
go. There go. That's thug life right there. That's thug life right there.
Don't do me like that, y'all.
Yeah, area.
Lord. Why do y'all gotta do me like that? That's all right though. I feel the love.
They only doing you like that because the way you talk to me. That's why they're doing you like that.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. SamzSportz over there. That's all he kept talking about on Saturday.
Oh Lord, really?
Dennis said something. She was like, "Ho, big guy."
Yo.
But yeah, like so, people like say you meet a girl and you believe she's on level 10 and you're on level 4 and you're trying to work so hard to please her and all this shit, and whole time, motherfuckers, you don't even have to. You know what I mean? You just gotta relax.
No, tell the truth. You found out her level was really 6.
Yeah,
she just made it look like 10. All right, because she been lying all this fucking time.
Wait a minute, what we talking about? What's the subject?
I'm sorry, B.
Hold on. Everybody talk at the same time. Say it one more time.
What was the subject? What's the topic? I missed it.
So we was continuing off of Thursday's show. We went left a little bit.
Okay.
We were talking about shit. What the fuck were we talking
I said this is how I kicked it off, right? Because we already determined Thursday that good guys don't necessarily finish last. And I said, well, if that's true, then why do they get the fine bitch that they used to want when she done got fat and had 3 kids and been ran through?
And I said that goes both ways from men to women.
Thank you. They don't.
No standards whatsoever.
And Nene, she brought up a good point. Just filling y'all in, which y'all missed. She brought up a good point. Is that most guys that are timid or lack confidence don't get the girl that they want because of their disposition.
Mm-hmm. Okay. People out here chasing ghosts when they should be really going for James St. Patrick. And then they get in Ghost World and realize this shit ain't for me. So then you go to First Baptist to go find you a nice Christian guy. It's too late for all that now.
No, they ain't go to First Baptist. They ran into Cooper Sacks. Tell them what I said. They ran into Cooper Sacks. They like Cooper Sacks now. Rest in peace, Cooper Sacks.
Right.
And you know what though? Even when they go find that good guy and he accepts them, he still ended up getting cheated on with the nigga that she was leaving to go be with him because that wasn't even who she wanted in the first place.
Right.
That's why the girls say it all the time. Love who love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's literally a lack of boundary. People put up with a lot of stuff to keep up with the Joneses, for what it is that they think that they actually want. And when they get it, it's nothing like when you take off the pretty wrapper, when you get through the representative of who the person is that you're actually dealing with, a lot of people, you don't like that person. You just like what it was packaged in. So, I mean, like I said the last time, a lot of times you end up in these foul relationships is because you're seeking out shit that ain't even meant for you.
True.
That's what happens when people don't take the time to do the work and get to know themselves, to figure out what it is they like, what they don't like, what they're going to accept, what's unacceptable. And like you said, just trying to keep up with the Joneses. Everything ain't all what it looked like.
But can we be real fast though? Like, can we be honest with ourselves? Like, a lot of people are in relationships knowing they're not supposed to be in the relationship. So when they get out of it or that person breaks up with them, then they're blaming the other person. But at the end of the day, it's still all about choice and free will. So if you know that person wasn't no good, you chose to stay. whether
It's not
it's
always
voluntary or
that simple.
involuntary, though.
It's not always
It's
that
called,
simple.
it's called accountability. A lot of
There
people
we
don't
go.
have it.
That
A lot
A
of people
word.
don't have it.
That A
But
word.
it goes back to meeting the representative because, like you said, you meet someone and you think that girl is on a 10, and it's because you are watching what she's putting out as opposed to watching what her actual actions are. The actions have to match up to what she's actually saying. So she could say she's a 10 and she's requiring for you to do all of this stuff to date her, but on the back end, her shit's all fucked up too. And it goes the same way for women when we're going to meet men. People are always trying to get people to compromise their boundaries. A woman will tell you, I don't want to date a man if he can't do X, Y, Z. And instead of just going to find somebody who actually can align with your boundaries, you sit up there and talk shit to her and say, well, I'm not finna do all of that, or you're absolutely insane for you to require this, or if you require me to be able to provide for you or prove that I can provide for you to date you, then you are pretty much tantamount to a prostitute. But how I feel is a person who doesn't value themselves is a liability to everybody.
Absolutely.
If you don't have a value for what your reciprocity is in a relationship, then you shouldn't be in a relationship at all because you're gonna let someone run over you or be ran over.
Yep.
So if my establishment is I don't want to date anyone, I don't want to be laid up under anyone who's not going to handle me with care. What is my level of care? Whatever my boundaries are. If you can't meet those boundaries, don't step over them or try to get me to compromise them. Go to someone that you can provide whatever their boundaries are.
Right. Like seriously.
People try to humble folks, and we need to stop that.
So a lot of people fall in love with that infatuation.
Of course. But
it's like it's just like you go to the market and you see a watermelon and you want that watermelon bad than a bitch. You take that watermelon, you pay for that watermelon, you ride that watermelon all the way home, and all you thinking is how you about to fuck this watermelon up. You get that motherfucker home, cut it open, and it's hollow.
Or rotten as hell on the inside.
Right.
And then at this point, you're now full of disappointment. So like that watermelon, we need to do people that way. Throw that shit away.
Yeah, I was just about to say. So that brings me back to the point of
some people still try to eat the watermelon with it being spoiled and go through. Some people will still try to eat that watermelon and go through the whole stomach thing.
But listen, let me ask the men a question. If you guys held women to the same standards and the same qualities and levels and the damn Jesus tier that we hold men to, don't you think that you would get more of a quality woman? Like you would have more of a thoroughbred to pick from? Because the church I grew up in, the pastor said, never mix with a jackass if you're a thoroughbred.
You want to know why?
Why is that?
Because we love hoes. That's why.
Yeah. Okay, whoa,
Keep it real, Dennis.
Hold on.
Wait
a minute. Whoa. If you align yourself with the right woman, marry her, she could be the hoe in the bedroom that you asking for.
That's a fact.
That's right. But we ain't waiting that long.
Sir.
Mute yourself 5 minutes.
Sir.
I keep telling you about this weed shit.
Listen, all opinions are those of the person who states them. I do not share his facts and opinions. I married my good woman that I got, and I'm gonna tell you something.
I'm with you, brother.
Dennis Holmes said he likes hoes. Now these strip clubs. Now let me just say this: these strip clubs ain't open just cause it's only me in there. All right, let me get that out the way. All right. These side babies ain't around, and I ain't got no side babies. These side babies ain't around just because I just said this. Okay, this ain't no new stuff. It's been going on for years.
I am a reformed whore. Okay.
Okay.
Me too.
And you hear what he said? He's telling. Let him live his truth. Goddammit. He's a reformed whore. All right. And he found something. He found his wife and he stopped holding.
She said, if the men hold the women to the same high standards these women hold us to. That's what she said.
Yes.
Right.
We love hoes. This
total opposite of what I
That's
asked.
why we don't hold the standard.
No, I'm just telling you that's why we don't. I was answering your question. That's why we don't.
All right, hold on.
Because we would.
Hold on. Sir, Stacks. Go ahead, Stacks. Because I know you about to fuck both of them up. Stacks.
Oh,
both of who? I said I love my wife. I am married and happy.
Sir,
I'm
your
engaged.
time came and gone, sir.
Did he say he's
I
gay?
ain't say no shit like that.
I am engaged. Yes.
Oh, engaged. Okay.
Yes, I've been married before though.
Go ahead, Stacks. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Stacks.
It's because men ask for a lot less than what women want.
Yep.
But you should ask for more.
Hold on. Let me finish. See, Sarah, you
Go
just
ahead.
got to.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let me finish.
5 minutes.
Because what matters to y'all doesn't matter to us. It doesn't. Men ruin their lives for women.
Yep.
They do. You think these dudes riding around in the Maybachs and the Porsche? You think they give a fuck if it was nothing but men out here? They'd ride around in the '98 Civic and be happy.
Yep.
And be happy. Men constantly. That's why the suicide rate after divorce is up, because they done put themselves on the line and got everything taken away from them. And you're talking about, oh, you need to heighten your standards. That's bullshit. That's not heightened standards. That's just like, I fell in love with you, and what happened was you decided one day you have everything you need. You have everything financially. Most women, not all, because it's known that I hate women here apparently. Most women judge men based off of what they can provide outside of the home.
True.
Most men are judged by what they can provide. I mean, most women judge men by what they can provide outside the home. Most men are judge women by what they can provide inside the home.
True.
Which one is cheaper?
Good question.
Outside.
And they always
exactly.
And they say if you meet
Dennis, don't piggyback me. What I'm saying is that how you look at it, you already, as a man, you already know growing up, this game is going to be lopsided, because if you get married without a prenup, she's going to take everything. You know that, but you're still willing to be like in front of a preacher. You know what? I love her so much.
Damn.
That's the retrograde. The retrograde did not like that answer. It put his ass smooth the hell off like
my sister was calling me. But when it comes down to it, when it comes down to it, I feel like men just ask for honesty, loyalty, and respect. And that fucking respect is hard for y'all. It is. It is.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. I'm talking about even respect.
Wait. This the nigga you decided to let go first?
But that's the kind of woman that you choose. It's hard for the woman that you choose.
Exactly.
All right. So I'm talking about respect even when shit goes left.
But you said y'all. First of all, I'm gonna let Tamika finish, because I'm gonna get you.
That's still the caliber of woman that you choose. Me and my husband have been in tons of arguments.
And again, I said not all women.
This is something I tell women just as much as I tell men. If you find yourself in a situation where you are saying most of, or in any type of situation, that's because that's your experience. That means that you need to do the work so that you can stop experiencing those types of relationships. You have something that is innately triggered in you that is triggering you in your relationship. And if you don't talk it out, and if you don't work it out, it's going to continue to represent itself in every relationship that you are in. Yep.
See,
one thing that I absolutely love about my wife.
Hold on, Los. Well, my bad. Let me get this first. I say that when I say a lot because I'm a numbers guy. Statistics don't lie to you. No matter what, you can sit there and say, "Oh, well, that's just your." Okay, so me and 70% of the other marriages that fail, which 80% of those 70% are filed for divorce by women. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't argue with a number.
So here we go. So then you would have to dissect, why are women divorcing men? And women tell you why they divorce men every day, but men don't want to listen. Women have come to a precipice where we can actually make choices. We can choose who we want to be connected to. We can choose if we want to stay married. We can choose if we want to have children. We can choose to own land, go to work, have bank accounts. We have access. So now you actually have the ability to like your husband. We don't have the threat of being committed because we're difficult. We're not forced
We're not forced to bear children to people or maintain a relationship.
I want to ask you a question
of that nature. So,
not in your marriage, because again, and I'm in a relationship where my relationship is fucking awesome. So don't try to put that on me. It's just I've spoke from experience, but I also know, okay, I suffered my losses yesterday so I can win today. So therefore, it is what it is. But what I'm saying is that knowing what you know about a lot of people's relationships, right? With women having the financial cushion that they have to be not being able to leave, do you believe that also takes precedence in their decision to get divorced so quickly?
I think that women having options definitely has increased the rate of divorce. I think that now we all have to work equally to prove that we are worthy of relationships. I don't think that women corner the market on viability. I think that men are a lot more loose in their standards. They generally require a lot less to be able to maintain a relationship because they like the proximity of the essence of a woman. But the quality and the character of the woman that you're choosing proximity with is 100% your responsibility. If the person that you are with is not feeding you in the way that you want to be fed, why are you trying to maintain that relationship for proximity? So a lot of people like to say that women think that, oh, I'm not finna pay to sleep with you, or I'm not finna pay to be in your proximity, or whatever the case may be. But that person that you are entertaining is all on you. If I don't want to be hit on a Tuesday, get your ass up and leave. I know that is a very general context. I know that trauma bonds and toxic relationships, I know that there is a lot of shadow work that comes behind actually having to come out of those relationships, but it still boils down to the fact that it's a choice. And now that women have more resources, we can choose to not be with that fuck shit.
Exactly.
We want to like our partners. We want to love y'all. A lot of women are willing to work with y'all and tell y'all, this is what I need in this relationship for me to continue to be the person that you came for. And now I'm speaking in authentic relationships, not relationships where we present ourselves to be something that we're not. I'm not talking about the men and women that lie to get what it is that they want, because women are behind finances and men are behind whatever. I don't want to just say sex, because some men value companionship. You know what I mean? They will string you along just to be able to have someone to talk to because they're lonely. Whatever the abuse or the toxicity is of the relationship is what the gain is. But the gain has to outweigh the cost of your mental load. If it's stressing you out in order for you to be in proximity of someone, why would you continue to want to do that? If you notice that you're dating the same type of person over and over, then you need to stop dating and do the internal reflection to figure out, why are you attracting these types of messed up people?
So something just occurred to me. And and it's very, very well said. Very well said. And I'm in a lot of agreement with you. But I feel like when it comes to men, their standards and what they ask for tend to dwindle when they get older, and women's tend to widen. I
disagree with that, only in the fact that women live longer than men, and they are the primary caretakers of men. So when you guys get old, we take care.
You've been talking for the past 30 minutes, though. Like, we've been giving you the platform, but ain't nobody else been able to say much because Mr. Statistics wanted to bring up something about women not being respectful. So I'm gonna circle back around the corner. So with that being said, no, because I couldn't wait to get married so I could be with my husband, so I could respect him. Like I hold him above all. Now, like Tamika said, like Tamika said, it is your statistically, some men make the wrong decision. Just say that shit. Statistically, women make the wrong damn decision. And that's cool that you in a happy, healthy relationship. That's nice. However, your statistics need to go out the window if you're a healed man. A lot of people are not healed when they get together, and they don't realize that they're not healed until they get with that person that triggers their traumas. So yes, a lot of people are masking. You don't know who the hell you get. You could be marrying somebody who has been killing people for fucking years. You won't know that. You won't know. You're never going to know everything about your partner. So honestly, statistics are going to have to go out the window, because honestly, we're in a different day and age. And like Tamika said, you got to do the shadow work. You got to do your work, because sometimes you don't know that you have an immature, unhealed ass partner until you're in it. Period. And you and don't get me wrong, you do have some women where their relationship, they just want the sex, they're happy there, their skin's glowing, they're living their best life because that's what they want.
Right.
So, no, everybody here is right in their own way, but you can't beat somebody's head down with this paper information if you don't really have that much of experience in certain areas.
What I was about to say was,
child, okay.
What I was going to say, like, no, I mean, honestly, like, what I was going to say was, men's, what they ask for to dwindle down because they go through okay, when I was 18, 19, I want her to look like this, be like this, sex like this, make it like, but if you guys men in their 40s and 50s, they're like, all right, I just want someone to be honest and, love me and so on and so forth. That's what's that. Theirs get smaller. Well, women, when it comes to their experiences, they start off small and get bigger because they've gone through the same type of,
No, we don't.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
No, we don't.
Because we're builders. Absolutely.
Exactly. See,
I agree with that. I'm not going for the deal.
I'm not starting out small and then growing.
I'll start out with my boundaries, and we should be progressing and growing on a consistent level. So yeah, I'm not finna sit around and be stagnant with nobody. So you absolutely right. If you still trying
now, the bottom part, I would agree with that, Tamika. I'm not gonna feel like that with a boyfriend. No.
Don't know.
No. Now listen. Now this me and Tamika talking. Hold on. I can agree with the last part of that. I definitely agree with growing, but I want to grow with my partner that I've made a life commitment with. I'm not finna build with no boyfriend. I don't want no trial run.
I'm not talking about building in regards to as a boyfriend. What I'm saying is,
okay, is what you want.
With your boundaries, okay? Come into the relationship with your boundaries. What you capable of providing in the relationship, and what you want to be provided with in the relationship. Those are the outlines and boundaries. Here's what I got. That famous conversation. What do we bring to the table? This is what I have. This is what I want. Okay, exactly. So we start here. But as we grow, we should be moving the bar. Relationships are supposed to grow. It is supposed to enhance who you are as a person, and your family unit is supposed to have goals and meet those goals. Otherwise, why are you out here? What is you here for? Exactly. Running around here making children. What is you passing on? What is your purpose? What is the legacy that you're supposed to be leaving behind? So yes, it has. So yes, by the time I'm 50, the expectation that I have for you, Pawpaw,
through the roof.
Exactly. You should be meeting it.
Pawpaw.
Yeah. If we in our 50s, we didn't have some kids, and them kids is gonna have some kids. Use a Pawpaw, and Pawpaw got to have all the knowledge and the quarters.
Yeah, but that also comes with the experience of growing up and being Pawpaw. Like, all right, your kids are gone, so now it's just you. I just want companionship. I want somebody to be here with me. I want somebody to enjoy the rest of this ride, or whatever. How much I got left?
Okay.
With
and
me.
However much of it that you have left, I guarantee you that if you gave your woman a safe space and a nurturing and a loving environment, that she is going to carry you through your last breath. Now, if you provided hell, fire, and damnation for that woman, then it ain't no wonder she don't want
at all.
Right.
I hate to hear a man say, "Oh, you gotta be a man's peace." Well, if you stop acting like goddamn Chucky, then it could be peaceful up in here. You know what I'm saying? Stop acting like. I mean, cut it out. You know what I'm saying?
But I do have to say this one thing. And y'all might get mad at me. When it comes to terrorizing the household, women do control a household very well. I'm gonna have to say that. If there's a bad mood in the house, if there's a bad mood in the house, everybody knows that mom's in a bad motherfucking mood. Nobody wants to go there.
But generally,
if dad's in a bad mood, nobody gives a damn. Just let you know.
If mom is walking around the house with a funky attitude, it's because your ass was outside acting like a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
Thank you.
Wait a minute.
Thank
you. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you wait a minute? Can you elaborate? Can you elaborate on the morphin time, please?
So yes, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. What I'm saying is what we got going on in this house to transcend. It's like a bubble. It's supposed to cover you when you walk outside. Now, what we got going on is in this house, if you cannot take that outside with you and perform the same way outside the house than you was performing in the house, then use a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. You act like this with me, and you're morphing when your ass is outside, and that's why your woman walking around the house with a funky ass attitude.
Exactly.
So like what Mike. So what you're talking about is like what Mike.
So like what you was talking, like what you was referring to is like what Mike Epps was talking about on that one stand up when he was talking about that nigga don't talk like that.
Yes.
Talking about,
Yeah.
hey, how you doing, brother? All right,
All right,
take
yeah.
care now. As soon as his wife ain't around, where the bitches at, nigga?
I think that in any type of long-term relationship, we should be able to be intrinsically ourselves. If I couldn't be myself in my relationship, as a matter of fact, this is my second marriage. In my first marriage, I was not allowed to be myself. And it didn't last long. It wasn't good for neither one of us. The best thing that we could have ever done was get divorced.
Right.
Me and my husband know exactly who we are. We love each other for who we are. We accept each other for who we are, flaws and all. If I had to code switch coming in my house, it's a problem. If you can't.
So let me ask you this question. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
All right. So going back on the topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said this is your second. This is your second. This is your. Hold on, Dennis. Shut the fuck up now.
Oh.
God damn.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Oh my.
No disrespect. I'm just fucking with you, Dennis. Hey, no, for real though. So this is your second marriage, right? In your first marriage, you said you weren't allowed to be yourself. Were you not allowed to be yourself because you chose wrong, or because the person that you married did not end up being the person that you were married to?
The person that I married did not end up being the person that I was married to.
Jonathan, get your ass over here.
So when I say you have to be careful of the representative, I am speaking from experience. My first husband was everything he should have been on paper. He was a perfect person on paper, but he was an on paper husband. When it came to who he was as an individual, and as we continued to go through our marriage, and specifically when we started suffering issues in our relationship, it became apparently clear that whom he said he was and how he represented himself in his life was nowhere near accurate. Yes, baby.
Okay.
You can be quiet in here. Go ahead and have a seat on the bed. Sorry, I got a toddler up in here now.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's why I didn't continue. Just talk to the babies.
So how do I say this? It's like, okay, I don't believe in monogamy. I don't believe that monogamy is the only way of life existing, right?
We need you on another show. We got another show that we got coming up. We're gonna need you back on there to talk about that.
I was not raised in the constructs of monogamy. So I have a completely different outlook on how relationships can work, right? My parents were not monogamous. Yes. No, go tell daddy I said come here, please. I'm sorry, y'all. Give me just.
You good? So my question.
So with that,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to finish answering your question. So
yeah, go ahead.
I didn't look at cheating generally as most women would, but the lies, but even with being very open and upfront, knowing my family history, knowing how everything that went down, sometimes people just cannot resist being who they are. So even though we were in a situation where he could have said whatever to me and we could have talked about it and talked it out, that's not something that he was interested in doing because intrinsically he was just a liar. That's whom he was. I was very upfront when I came into the relationship about what my boundaries were, what my expectations were, and honesty is a precipice, especially when you don't believe in a monogamous lifestyle. If nothing else, we got to be honest because there's tons of things that can go wrong when you choose to operate outside of a space of what society considers as normal.
All right. So look, with that being said, we're going to leave it right here because we're running over our time. I love that question right there. We're going to save that question for next week. We're going to have a part 3 to this one because this is a very deep conversation. We need a part 3 on this. Thank you. Because this right here is something that I feel like all men and women need to understand. And I love everybody's different perspectives. I appreciate everybody coming out on this good Monday night. Everybody hates Mondays, but everybody loves us. So thank you to everybody who watched, everybody who came. Everybody, you got anything y'all want to shout out? Y'all at y'all social medias or anything like that? The 3 in the middle?
Fat Boy Chronicles. Look me up.
I said the 3, sir. The 3 in the middle.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just went in there. My bad. Go ahead, ladies.
Instagram at Hustle Mama, and that's MOMMA.
And I am on Instagram, Moons and Sage Spiritual Shop.
Lord Jesus. That's what it is right there.
What?
That says it all.
How
What?
you
Says
say
nothing.
say that again?
Nothing. Hey, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you, baby doll. You got it. You got it.
Got them spell dolls. Don't play.
Hey, listen. I've been married for 7 years. I've been trained well. You got it. All right, everybody.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Yes,
What did
thank
she
y'all
say
for
her
having us.
Instagram name was? I'm sorry. I'm lost again. What was the Instagram name?
Who?
Oh, both of them.
Oh, Tamika, go.
So, at Hustle Mama, HUSTLEMOMMA.
And mine is Moons and Sage Spiritual Shop.
So, okay, wait, question. Real quick before we end. Real quick before we end. Fat Boy, you said what at the beginning of the show?
I said the Mercury is super retrograding.
It is.
And we asked him. Asked him what can you explain that in under like 20 words?
I'm gonna try. Okay, so real fast. First of all, let me tell you first. We are in a double retrograde, so they're piled on top of each other. So it's Pluto and Mercury. But Mercury, real fast. Mercury is the retrograde of karma. So everything will go into reverse. So stay away from doing contracts. Stay away from making commitments because it's gonna go backwards. Also, Mercury revisits the past a lot. So your exes are gonna come back. Old flames are gonna come back. So it's good we're having this type of conversation. Mercury retrograde is also will pay you back what you did before the retrograde. So be kind, love everybody, because if not, it will not be kind to you.
Love it. Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you for that explanation. Apparently, so that means Fat Boy been living in his karma, and that is a beautiful thing, whether it's good or bad, because you get to see what you did fucked up. So we'll see y'all next week. Matter of fact, we're gonna see y'all Thursday night.
Yes.
Yep, Thursday night.
Podcast
Make sure y'all come out May 20th to the podcast pop up in Baltimore. All right. Brunch. Podcast pop up brunch.
Be there in spirit.
And
Definitely.
hey, so also in the show notes, you can get your business registered for the business of the week. We're gonna be kicking it out real soon. So hit the link in the show notes, get your business registered for business of the week. Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank y'all. Love y'all. All love. Peace.
Thank you, ladies.